Well, I don't know what to say.
What? You don't?
No, I mean, our last episode, like, how do you
What? Huh?
how do you set up the end like this? How do you?
Yeah.
What if that was true? What if that's what I wanted? What if I was done and this is how I was telling you? It was like,
it's all fair. All's fair in love and war and podcasting, and I guess I'd say it's been a good run, and we'll see you at the staff Christmas party, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, at the 25-year reunion. But like, still, what a dick thing to, I don't want to end.
No.
I'm not ready to end. Yeah.
Not yet.
100 freaking episodes in a little over in about a year and a half. It's been about a year and a half.
And we talked about this on the 007 series. Almost 50% of these episodes are either Harry Potter, Star Wars, or James Bond.
Right. Or, or in some way have something to do with Lost in Translation.
I would feel like 90 of these 100 episodes do.
Good Lord. A lot of them, I would say, not the majority of them, but quite a few, a significant number of them mention and or feature Carl Eastman.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yep. He was big at the beginning of this show. We got to get him back.
We do.
Get him back in and talk some
stuff.
My Little Pony with him. Well, if you're going to bring someone in, then bring something, talk about something that they're an expert in.
Oh, for sure. You got to put someone in a situation to succeed. That's the situation that he would succeed in.
Right. So 100 episodes. I mean, it's cliche, but goes without saying. We wouldn't be doing this without you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think in many ways, I think we are pleasantly surprised with the audience turnout, with your response to what we do. And that means a lot.
Can I say, like, just for context, so I think we're obviously 100 episodes, but I think we're like quickly approaching the 6,000 listen mark, which is fun, which is great.
We're past it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're not. Just about.
Close.
Just about past it.
We will.
We got 70 listens to go.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, it's interesting. Okay. So what this episode is going to be, if you can't tell by the posts we've been making and the title of the episode, is we're just going to, we've got a bunch of questions to answer. We put out some feelers there for sort of a Q&A, ask us anything type thing. And on top of that, we're just going to talk. We're just going to reminisce. We're going to tell some fun stories.
Yep.
We're going to, I think in many ways, sort of pull back the veil.
Yeah, I think so.
And let you in on, some fun things that we've talked about before, either on here or on Patreon. And, and just kind of, if you've heard it before, get over it. If you haven't heard it before, good for you.
Yeah.
Next week, we will return to, if you're listening to this and you're going, this is bullshit, this is not what I'm, I don't care about this, then next week we'll be back to normal. So
it's,
hang in there.
Our motivations behind this are, we wanted to do something different for episode 100, obviously. And I feel like our mission, vision, value, our bread and butter of the show is we always want your input. We let you kind of decide what movies we want. So we thought something, and I think this was Brady's idea, so I'm going to give him the credit. But what we wanted to do is we wanted an interactive way to celebrate episode 100 with you. And what better interactive way than answer questions that you guys had about the show, because it's all about the journey we've taken with you, coming along with us. And it's fun just to kind of have that interaction. So we are happy to answer these questions.
In the last year and a half, I have been a part of more people's morning commute than I was prior to starting a podcast. Almost a 200% increase.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a couple of things I think we want to say, or at least stories I want to talk about aside from the questions that have been asked. I don't know if we want to maybe save those for the end.
Sure. Yeah.
So that we don't have any redundancy with what's in the questions.
Yep. That's fair.
For the most part, I can't speak for Pete.
Yeah.
I have seen all the questions that have been asked.
Right.
But I haven't really put any thought into any of them. Actually, I said I was going to put thought into some of them. I really haven't. Shit just got busy. I really haven't put any thought into any of these.
That's all right.
So they're all super candid and honest and
cool.
You know.
Hey.
And we may reveal some secrets, and we may spoil some future stuff. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen here?
Who knows?
So, Pete is going to be our master of ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
And by that, I just mean, he's more organized than I am, so he will be answering or asking the questions. We'll both be answering.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's get into it.
I leave this in your hands, good sir.
Cool.
Your good hands, good sir.
Good hands, good sir. There might be a bit of bouncing around. So most of these questions are organized in a way of just bulking them by who asked them, or at least when they were asked, because we posted a few times.
Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah. So there might be a bit of bouncing from like show questions about kind of pulling the curtain back to like just film related questions. So there's going to be a bit of bouncing back and forth in that way. But let's
personal interests and things.
Yeah. Yeah. The first question is, how'd you guys meet?
Do you want to? I mean, we can both answer this.
Yeah. I feel like
it's interesting. Like the way that we actually met was just a mutual friend group.
Oh yeah. Everyone comes on the show like guests. They're like, oh, like how you guys must be like best friends since like grade 4,
like kindergarten.
Yeah,
like you were pulling crayons out of each other's nose in grade 2. But no. We had a mutual friend named Jeremy Toman.
Yep.
Who was house sitting for someone.
Right.
And there was like a group that got together and played board games and did stuff.
Yep.
And
of note,
I came along
Carl Eastman
Carl Eastman.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I was there tagging along with him, and you were there, and that was kind of it. Like, I don't think we really interacted.
I don't think one-on-one, no.
No. After that, there was a group. You wanted to show a group of people the movie The Room, the Tommy Wiseau movie The Room.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, sure, I can tag along for that. And it's a miracle, like, because I think that's the second time really that we interacted.
No. I think between those two events, the first one and the room, I think between then we actually were hanging out again with the mutual group, and like we were deciding what to do, and I just let it slip, I've never seen Back to the Future, and you're like, WTF? We stopped what we were doing and we started watching that.
Right.
So between those that came up.
Movies were integral to us early on.
Very much so.
So yeah, you came over and we watched all 3.
Yeah. Not in the same night. I think we watched
the first 2 in one night.
Yeah, I think so. Different nights, but yeah.
First
I think
2 in one night, and then you came back and watched the third.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then we watched The Room, and then immediately followed it up by watching The Disaster Artist, like same night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, baby.
And then, but again, it was all kind of like, like even when you were at my place watching Back to the Future, there was a group of people there.
Yes.
Like it wasn't just, hey, Pete, come on over.
No.
Because I didn't know you well enough.
We didn't really know each other.
It would have just felt weird.
Yeah.
And so then there was a golf tournament.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And we played on a team together.
Yeah.
Which again was a mutual friend thing.
And again, we've had some poker nights, but again, mutual.
There was some poker nights.
But like, there's like other people there.
It's a group. Yeah. And so, along the way, somehow we ended up on each other's Facebook, and I mean, that's kind of it. The question specifically asks how we met, and not how we started a podcast together. I think there may be a question about that. If not, we'll talk about it at the end. So, but I'm going to leave that's my answer for that.
No, I think that covers it, right?
Just kind of mutual friends,
Yeah.
and within the last 5 years.
Oh yeah, I'd say even maybe 4. Like it's been
maybe 4.
Pretty quick, yeah.
Pretty recent.
Next question: how did we decide on movies?
For the podcast?
Yeah, because I think this is what I remember. I think it started off with we were thinking of reviewing a TV show, and then I think we just decided, hey, like a TV show's a pretty big commitment as far as like finding a niche audience. Maybe it's better to do films because, one episode per film, you're not committed to just one specific audience. You can kind of appeal to more different interests.
Well, and really, I mean, yeah, there's some truth to that. But at the same time, like in the early stages of the show, we didn't know, like the idea was, okay, maybe once in a blue moon, we'll review a film.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right, we were just going to talk movies in general. Like we were going to talk movie news and debate different movie topics.
More topics, yeah.
Yeah, but really, I mean, the first, like I made a Facebook post, and I was like, I really want to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Does someone want to do it with me? I'm flexible on what it's about. I like movies, ? I like movies.
I think there was something movies or TV shows, because I remember specifically checking out the post, and I either DM'd you or commented on the message. There were a couple TV shows I had on my docket at the time that I'm like, hey, if I'm going to be watching them, maybe like I'm not interested in podcasting, but if I'm going to be watching them, I could watch them with someone and podcast at the same time, and that's kind of how it started. And
we definitely talked about. We definitely talked about TV shows. But yeah, I mean, it was just it was literally me saying, "Hey, movies, we could do," because I wasn't even committed to those two options.
No.
I was like, "Hey, I want to do a podcast. I don't really care what it's about. I just want a podcast. I like movies and TV shows."
Me too.
And your response was, "Yeah, sounds great. Those options sound good to me." Like we never, there weren't any discussions about other things. Right. It wasn't, well, do we want to do that or do we want to do, beta fish? Like what's going to be the most appeal? It was just like, hey, yeah, we both like movies.
Right.
And or TV shows. Yep. So let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah. This one I'm going to answer right off because I know my answer. I'm curious what yours is.
Okay.
Which movie or movies did you get the biggest positive surprise from, quote unquote, like, oh, like this is good? And the biggest example for me was Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Just literally the DVD player was on the main menu of the TV screen, and I was just kind of like getting this feeling in my stomach. I'm like, ugh, I have to watch this. Like, I have to sit through this. We're recording in a couple days. And then I watched it, and not only was it a great film, like it was, I'm not going to say it's cracked my top 25, it might, but it was a generally enjoyable film. And the more we've talked about the premise or different, artistic parts of it, I'm like, that's a solid film. I can't believe how little I thought of it and how good it actually was.
It was a film that you didn't realize actually had any substance.
Yeah, none. I thought there was zero. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm curious what your example, if you have one.
Yeah, I'll give 2.
Okay.
One that we reviewed, and one that was just one that you recommended to me.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because I feel better. I feel better about the one. Like I feel the one you recommended to me is a more true answer.
Yep.
The one that we reviewed would be The Prestige.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't go into it thinking I wasn't going to like it.
Right.
But I really liked it. I
Right.
was like, oh, this is actually phenomenal. Like,
Right.
This is a really good movie.
Yep.
But really, my honest answer is Nightcrawler.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I knew that.
You know, because I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I wasn't really a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan at the time.
Right.
I had nothing against him. He wasn't on my radar.
Right.
Yep. And so so I was kind of just so about, and that was early on the days of us like recommending films to each other.
Yes, very
So I was still
early.
getting in the groove of like,
Yep.
I have to watch something that someone else is telling me to watch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think I was a little salty going into it.
For sure.
But yeah.
Cool.
No, I genuinely enjoyed and need to rewatch Nightcrawler.
That's cool. That's cool. What's a movie that you really enjoyed but got some terrible reviews, either professionally or like just in your circle, got terrible reviews?
Yeah, this one's super easy for me.
Okay.
Super easy.
What is it?
Twister.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Twister's an amazing movie.
I
But if you go on Rotten Tomatoes and look at Twister, it's
Yeah.
got like 37% or like
What?
Rotten Tomatoes hates
Oh my gosh.
Twister.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm
Why?
I'm dumbfounded by that. I have no idea. I'm dumbfounded by it.
Listen, I
Twister's
don't think it's
amazing.
I don't think it's like Titanic or anything, but I think it's, from what I remember, it's decent.
Yeah, it's just good. It's got
Yeah.
a great soundtrack. It's a unique premise, right?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of movies about tornadoes that don't have sharks in them. So like,
Very few.
you know, I love Twister. Grew up with it and have always loved it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just I was dumbfounded a couple of years ago to discover it has shit reviews.
Wow,
Like, people
that
don't
I
like
didn't
that
know.
movie. Yeah.
So yeah, my example are movies that are pretty common, but I didn't realize had crap reviews. So I'm putting Taken on there. I think it's a fun film. Only 58% on Tomato Meter. I'm putting National
Wow.
Treasure because, again, only 46% on Tomato Meter.
So good.
So good.
So good.
This one is kind of off the charts. Like I just think I like it more than maybe the reviews gave it. I like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty with Ben Stiller. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, Carl Eastman and I watched that one. I think he really liked it.
Okay.
I don't know that I don't know that it. I think maybe it was a little too abstract for me. But
It's all about preference, right? It's all about preference.
yeah,
The one film I'll lead off, and this will lead into the next question. I feel like, at least on this show, it gets terrible reviews. Lost in Translation is a movie I really enjoy.
Okay.
It
Yeah, you
gets
do.
terrible
Yeah.
reviews. The next question is, when will Brady be offering a full apology to Sofia Coppola for his review of Lost in Translation?
so I have a two-part answer to this question.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
Who the hell is Sofia Coppola?
Pretty sure that's the director, right?
Okay, that's.
I'm almost
If I were her, I wouldn't advertise that. And two, never. It's so bad.
Oh my god!
I hate the film.
So yes, it is the director, and
Okay.
I've just settled. We will never see eye to eye on this. At the end of the day, I just say
Never.
I have to disagree. I love it. Not the best
Yeah,
movie of
it's
all
so-
time, but I enjoy it. It has some merit.
It was super gratifying for me. I posted something about it online saying, "What a boring shit show, snooze fest, flaming piece of dog dung this is." And people were like jumping on the comments on Facebook and like had my back. They were like,
yeah.
like this is awful. Like
Again,
I didn't even get to the ending. I shut it off. People were saying. I watched the whole thing.
yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking, but I was contractually obligated is what I was thinking.
At the end of the day, film is subjective. I can't say enough how I disagree with you, but that's just my opinion.
I agree with you. Film is subjective,
Yep.
and so is whatever the hell Lost in Translation is, because film doesn't feel like the right word. But
So, speaking of film, if you had to save one film from burning, so every film ever made was on fire, and you had enough time to just extract one from this flaming pile to save it, which film is the one film you're saving?
Are we going to allow? Can I say, like, I wouldn't ask for more than a trilogy, but can I say a trilogy?
I'll allow it. I mean,
right? Like, I wouldn't say the Star Wars franchise,
sure,
right? Because I'm getting greedy.
That's
like
getting a little. That's
11
pushing
films.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like the obvious answer for me is something like Titanic or something.
Yeah, okay.
That ranks super high for me. But I think the problem, like, if the only film you could ever watch ever again was Titanic, it's heavy.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, I don't know,
yeah.
I think
like it would be tough because like on Christmas Day it's like, hey, do you guys want to watch a movie together? What, Titanic? Okay, yeah.
I think I would go with honestly, and I'll probably regret this answer. Like, I'll be laying in bed tonight and go, oh shit, I should have said Human Centipede instead.
Oh.
I think I'm going to go with the Back to the Future franchise.
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
The trilogy.
Yep.
Just because, you've got 3 movies, so there's, you can watch all 3. It's going to become a little less, slightly less repetitive.
Yep.
And they're just they're so good.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
And so.
Yep.
Yeah, they're entertaining. They're filmmaking marvels. Yeah, I don't think there's a perfect answer. I don't think there's an answer I'd be really happy with.
No.
But Back to the Future feels some degree of right.
Sure. Yeah. I feel like there's 2 different ways to answer the question. Like, are you going big picture, like you have to save the one film and this will influence filmmaking going forward because that's the only thing we'll have it to base it off? Or are you just straight up picking a favorite film that, like, you can only watch one film, this is all about you? I'm going for that simple same answer as you. I might wake up in the middle of the night with a different answer. I'm thinking probably the second choice would be the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but I think I might just pick The Sound of Music. I think.
I thought that one crossed my mind too.
Yeah.
And I think that one
question.
strokes off more than one category.
Yeah.
Because you get the personal entertainment out of it too. But I think if the question was, what film would you save that is going to best benefit society and influence positivity moving forward?
Yep.
I think there's I think Sound of Music has got an argument for it in that perspective as well.
Right. Yep.
So
for sure.
I think that's a great answer.
Yeah. Talking about Lord of the Rings. Next question. Any plan to review the Lord of the Rings trilogy or The Hobbit?
Should you? If I let you answer this, are you going to be brutally honest?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll
let you take a swing at it, and if I feel like you're BSing
I'll be as honest as we can be because
back.
We've got that legal dispute with New Line Cinema going on. Once it's taken care of, we'll figure things out.
Screw you, Peter Jackson.
Being brutally honest, it was an option for episode 100. It truly was.
Yeah, this could have been that.
Yeah.
This, the next one, and the next one could have been that.
Yep. And I will admit, I think I know I pumped the brakes on that for a few reasons. One, I think 10% of it was with COVID. Obviously, we couldn't watch them and record them together like we have historically before COVID. That's not really an option just because of the length of the films. But it's the type of film that I feel like it really would have benefited from us and if we had a guest to record in person. And it's not really possible right now. So that's one reason I wanted to postpone it. But I'd say 90% of it, 90% of the reason I pumped the brakes on it is because I'm afraid to do it. I'm afraid because if you've listened to my top 10 films, 2 of them are in my top 10. It's probably my favorite trilogy, if you consider it one story. I am afraid to talk about it and dissect it like other films. It's borderline uncomfortable to me. And I know we will do it, I'm assuming, or we should do it, and I think we will. But I wasn't ready. I wasn't mentally there yet. It's a lot of pressure for me.
I'm happy with,
Yeah.
those are all the points I would have hit.
Okay.
An interesting piece of trivia that I thought of the other day and kind of segues out of something you just mentioned there.
Mm-hmm.
We're at 100 episodes.
Okay.
The entire second half of our audio catalog,
Yeah.
the second 50 episodes that we've done,
Yeah.
have been recorded not in the same room with each other.
I know. Yeah. Which is crazy.
Half our show.
Yeah.
It's been half of our podcast life since we sat in a room and recorded an episode together. Sat in the same city, town, county. 100-kilometer circle.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Nuts. What's your favorite movie that you're not proud to admit? I've got one off the bat that there's probably more, but
you go first.
The first off the top, it's a silly movie. It's not that I cherish it like Lord of the Rings or anything. I would say She's the Man with Amanda Bynes. Just kind of a funny film, kind of a twist on a Shakespearean premise, but fun. I'm curious where you'll go with this.
I
mean, we can come back to it too if you want to.
No. There's maybe a better answer to this if I'd thought about it long and hard. Growing up, one of my favorite films, and its sequel, and to this day, like I own them on DVD.
Sure.
Are Disney Channel movies, or Family Channel, like low budget, never went to theaters,
right?
Starring Debbie Reynolds, so that's notable. Halloween Town and Halloween Town 2. Now there's like 3 more, at least 2, I think probably 3 more sequels to them, and they definitely go downhill after the first 2.
Sure.
But it was, it's just something about, A, I love Halloween. B, I spent a lot of time growing up watching the Family Channel, which was the Canada's version of, like they licensed a lot of the Disney Channel shows.
Right. Yep.
And yeah, so it was just, and something about Halloween time would come. And all of the Halloween, every night there'd be a different Halloween movie on TV. And this was one that I just genuinely looked forward to time and time again. And so, Halloween Town. And you know what? And I'm not even ashamed of it. It's just, it's one that I can acknowledge is not high quality filmography.
Sure.
But definitely has a cult following. Like I see a lot of memes being posted this Halloween about those movies. And people love them. People love those movies.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Halloween Town.
Yeah. This is a good one, I think, and I definitely have some answers that I'm going to spit out right away because
Unlike all the other questions, the other shit questions people have asked.
What are some overrated and underrated films? So, for me, this is one that I pre-thought out, and again, I'm probably going to miss some, but underrated, I touched on this. I love The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, so I don't think it gets enough credit as far as I think it should get. And another one is Kingdom of Heaven. It's like a mid-2000s film, Orlando Bloom. It's an action film, but it has some interesting kind of philosophical premise. Overrated, I've got some hot takes. I think Fight Club is overrated. I think Dazed and Confused is overrated. Avatar, we've talked about this on our Avatar episode. Like, for some reasons it's overrated, for some reasons maybe not. Transformers series and Fast and the Furious series, I think, are way overrated.
You haven't seen any of the Fast and the Furious, though.
I've seen one Transformers.
I feel like you can't. Yeah, I would argue you can't comment on Fast and the Furious without watching it. But
I will take that
from
argument.
the outside looking in, I can accept that it seems like an outrageous amount of hype.
And, I feel like if I said they're bad films, that's a no-no, because I haven't seen how would I know. But
Right,
I'm just
okay.
saying they're overrated.
You
So
think they
although
have
I
more
might be
hype than any film should have?
I could be misinformed, but I feel like that's not as an outrageous thing to say without seeing them.
Okay.
What come to mind to you?
Underrated Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, that's a good point, considering what I knew or didn't know about it.
I think those who have seen it appreciate it for what it is. But
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people haven't seen it because they just don't get it. They just don't,
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
that's a good
realize
one.
what a wonderful masterpiece it is.
Mhm.
I want to come up with at least one more underrated films
Sure.
that are so good
Yeah.
that I'm going to go with. I mean, you weren't crazy on it. I really do enjoy Wild Wild West.
Okay. Yeah.
The Will Smith one. I really like it. It gets it's people, it's well known for being a rotten film. And I don't think it's a masterpiece, but I don't think it belongs in the rotten pile of fruit category. So therefore underrated. Overrated. I feel like, these are the hot takes. These are the the overrated categories, and when are you going to piss people off?
Yeah.
Overrated, the entire, and again, I'm not saying it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it's not as good as you think it is.
Mm.
The Christopher Nolan Batman series.
Okay. Hot take. Yep.
Overrated.
Hot take. Yep.
What else? Yeah, obviously Avatar.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yep.
Kind of overrated. And what's one more? What's one more that everybody loves and I just don't think is that special?
Frozen?
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I don't get what everybody else gets from Frozen, but I don't think it's a bad movie. Yeah, so I mean, I guess it falls into that category of like overrated.
Yeah.
We might come back to me
Yeah. That's
at
fine.
some point on this.
Let it bounce around.
Black Panther.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I think Black Panther is overrated. I think it's a great film,
Sure.
but I don't think it's anywhere near one of the best films in the MCU.
Right. Okay.
So,
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
These next questions, they'll be pretty straightforward because they're kind of just housekeeping ones. So as far as our movie poll voting, is there a cutoff day? No, there's no hard and fast cutoff day. We post the vote. We kind of let it breathe as long as it needs to. So, it's usually in the range of a week or so. But once kind of the action kind of dies down on it, then we kind of start tallying things up.
it kind of depends on our schedule.
Big
right?
time.
Like,
yep.
Everything always gets at least 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
Some things will get 7.
Yep.
Rarely more than 7.
Yeah. And if there's still voting occurring, we obviously let it breathe.
Oh yeah, if we're still getting a solid number of votes every day, then we leave it.
Oh yeah.
But if it's like, okay, well, it's been 3 days and the voting's died right off, and I need to watch whatever we're gonna watch either tonight or tomorrow, just because of my schedule, then we just call it at that point.
For sure.
Or if there's like an absurd lead, right? If one film has 98% of the votes, then it's like, well, okay, it doesn't really matter what other votes come in.
Yeah.
This is what's won.
Exactly. Yeah. If the individuals vote on different platforms, will it still be valid? Of course. So vote on the different platforms. It still influences things if you vote on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, and I mean, this is something that we've somewhat publicly advertised.
Mm-hmm.
We've said, what we always say in our posts is, you can also vote on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep.
What we haven't told you is that, I mean, it's just too... So here's the way it works.
Yep.
Okay. If you vote on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
it counts as a vote.
Sure.
Right? Twitter's very... You can only,
Yep.
You can only vote on Twitter once, and we don't even know who it is that's voting
Mm-hmm.
on Twitter because it's just a percentage poll. And therefore, if you're one of our patrons who gets additional votes, unfortunately, you don't get additional votes on Twitter because we don't know if it's you voting or not.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, you do get additional votes.
Yep.
If you're on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way, because we upload our Instagram pictures or votes as a multiple post, like one post with 4 pictures in it.
Yep.
If you scroll through to the poster you want and you click like on it, all it does is like the post. That doesn't count as a vote because we don't know what you're voting for. You're just liking the post.
Right.
You have to comment on Instagram. You have to comment and say, this is the one that we want.
Yep.
And we have learned and pay attention to the Instagram accounts of those of our listeners who get bonus votes because they support us on Patreon. And the appropriate bonus votes are applied.
Yep. 100%.
Facebook is a different animal altogether. Facebook, you can either like a picture or you can comment.
Yep.
And again, we know who you are. If you're one of the people who gets bonus votes, we apply the bonus votes.
Yep.
What we've never told you in the past is because there's so many posts across so many, like, we post it on the Movie Men Facebook page, and then Pete and I both usually will also share it onto our personal Facebooks for, just our friend groups and family and stuff. There's so many of you, and a lot of you vote, and we're so grateful for it, that the only thing that we really keep track of as far as who's voted is in order to apply bonus votes when we need to. We don't go, did this person already vote on Facebook somewhere?
Right. Yep.
Because it's just a nightmare. We can't do it.
It is. Yep.
Which means if you're just a Joe Blow, and if you're not a Patreon supporter, you can get 1 vote on Facebook or 1 vote on Twitter.
Yep.
1 vote on Instagram.
Yep.
And potentially 1, 2, 3, 4 votes on Facebook. If you know Pete and I.
Yeah.
If you have us on your Facebook personally. But either way, you can comment and you can like the picture on Facebook. You can do both, and we'll count both.
Yeah.
Mostly because we just don't have the time. We don't have the time to go, Jimbo Ryerson liked the picture. But he also commented, the sneaky bastard. We're only going to give him 1 Facebook vote because that's not fair to everyone. When in doubt, if you can think of another way to apply a vote, do it.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you it will be counted.
For sure. So essentially,
Again,
what we're saying is...
Because you can email us too. Nobody emails us. And we get
commonly.
that. That's email's stupid.
But essentially, if you vote across all the platforms, you can have multiple votes.
If you vote across all the platforms and you vote every way that you can think to vote on Facebook, you're just increasing your votes.
For sure.
So do it.
Yeah. Do it. Something we don't currently do is, can patrons submit title suggestions for polls? Not currently. It's maybe something we'd look at in the future, but it's something that we'd like to do, but it would really heavily complicate things. So if we might be open to it if we could figure out a system that made it simple, but just out of simplicity, no, we don't currently do that.
There's certain things like that we've talked about that just don't feel growable.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Yeah.
right? It doesn't feel scalable. Like if all of a sudden we end up with 50 supporters on Facebook
Yeah.
or on Patreon,
Yeah.
then that's phenomenal. But, you'll support us on Patreon and it's like, well, so then what? Like, okay, so let's say it's tier 4. So at $10 a month, you get to give a suggestion that we have to, you get to suggest a movie for a poll and we have to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, but so how often? Once a month?
Mm-hmm.
Once a year? Twice a year? And then if there is a lot of people on Patreon, you get into, okay, hey, awesome, thank you. There's a 6-month wait because we have to do everyone else's right? Like, so there's some things that just like, it seems really awesome and we could totally offer it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to start taking things away if the show grows.
Right.
So we try to only implement bonuses that are scalable.
Mm-hmm.
So what may be, and we've never talked about this just popped into my head. We may not do this depending on. But what might be more realistic would be to do a contest.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If we did some sort of contest and the winner gets to pick all 4 options, let's say when we reach 1995 for our Back Through the Generations thing.
Yep.
Right? And Jimbo Ryerson gets
JR.
to pick all 4 JR gets to pick all 4 1995 options. Right? That's maybe more feasible.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's something we might work into, but currently, no, we don't have that offered.
Yeah.
Moving right along, favorite animated film. The specific person, Andrew, I'm going to just let him get a shout out there because it's this very specific question. He gave his example. He likes Prince of Egypt. Story aside, just he loves the animation, the music by Hans Zimmer, the all-star cast. He likes Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast as well, but Anastasia is also up there for him. He thinks Frozen is a little overhyped, but for me, I'd have to agree with him. Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast are probably my 1-2 punch. I'm not sure which is 1, which is 2, but those would be up there for me for top animated film.
Hot take time.
Oh no! Oh boy! Hit it!
The greatest animated film ever made.
Yep.
From technical achievement, cultural impact.
I know where you're going.
Do you?
I think so.
Story.
Yeah.
Longevity. Its legacy. Just all of these things. What's your guess? I think I know what your guess is.
Okay.
And it's wrong.
Nightmare Before Christmas?
Oh, no. That's interesting. I don't know if I would consider... I mean, it's not... It's stop motion.
Yeah, and that's where I wasn't sure if there'd be a hiccup. Like, I don't know if you were considering that or not.
Which is animation, but it's also...
Yeah. Okay, so what is it?
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, no, fair enough. That's... I feel like,
first feature-length animated film.
Yes, hot take, but also, like, not that hot take, and that, like, I'm not offended by that. I think that's a solid answer, if that makes sense.
And is almost 100 years old now. 1923.
That's crazy.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
That is... Almost
100 years old, 97 years old, and 110% holds up.
You should...
So, yeah.
I've got 1937 here.
37?
Yeah. Which regardless,
I'm way off then.
But no, well, not that off. It's still an old film.
Over 80 years old.
It's over, yeah, like tomato, the difference of 10 years. It's not from 1994. It's an old film.
It's amazing. It's
you know what?
I'll
take that.
Good.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question, if you don't mind me asking. We don't mind you asking. We love these questions. What do you guys do for a day job? What do you guys do? Give us a little background.
I mind.
The way the question's phrased, just kind of like a campfire chat, not like, sitting down with the in-laws, getting grilled. I'm personally me. I work in the healthcare field. I'm a human being, and I'm a husband and a parent, and I don't know how. I don't want to go too deep, and I don't think they want us to go too deep into it. Where do you want to go with who you are?
I work on a phone line where I won't actually meet up in person, but I'll say just about anything that you'll pay me to say. No, that's not true. But people make like a shit ton of money that way, so I'm thinking I'm in the wrong damn business.
Yeah.
No, so I wear many hats.
You do.
I am a hobby filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
I am a student of radio, which that's a whole conversation that we won't get into. Mm-hmm. And I also, during the not school seasons and during the weekends during the school season, I work at a campground. Work and kind of live at a campground. I spend 5 of my 7 days a week in now with like class and stuff being online with COVID. I'm there like more than I'm not. Mm-hmm. But it works out really well because a lot of people are like, you just got to get away from work. You can't, you can't eat where you shovel or something. But I don't feel that way at all. Right. It's such a great place, fun atmosphere. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that's cool.
The alternative is a basement apartment in a massive metropolitan city.
Yeah. So
a spot out in the countryside
is beautiful.
I mean, choose your battles.
Mm-hmm. And I guess a lot of people know this already, but for those who don't, we are Canadian citizens. We are coming at you from Canada, Ontario, Canada.
I never got my green card.
Don't worry about it. Okay. Don't worry about it.
I don't have a visa. I shouldn't be working here.
Next question is favorite opening scene. I think they meant like opening credit scene per se, maybe. I'm not answering it in that way because I came up with a different answer. Again, the example, this is another Andrew question. His favorite opening scenes are Fellowship of the Ring with Cate Blanchett's Elvish opening, solid. And another is Casino Royale. He loves the graphic design and the visual animation and, the great song, also solid. My answer for probably favorite opening scene, I'm calling it opening sequence, so it's not just like a credit scene, is probably what is currently my top film on our list. We have an episode about it. It's Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, the opening sequence with Gandalf and the Balrog, the soundtrack, the visuals, the action.
How it zooms through the crack in the mountain.
Yes. Every component to it just grabs you and glues you in. And like when it's done, the first time you see it, and even when you still are expecting it, you're kind of catching your breath. They're like, wow, that was an intense 3 minutes. Forget just kind of easing your way into this film. Like it just hits you. So that would be my answer. Of note, he also funnily said that Lion King, he kind of rolled his eyes at. A lot of people, when there's the music rolling and Rafiki's holding Simba, people are like tearing up. He kind of rolled his eyes back, and that's fair. Not for everyone.
Okay.
What would you say for favorite opening scene?
Mine's a toss-up between 3 films.
Okay.
I could probably narrow it down to 2.
Okay.
I'll eliminate 1.
Sure.
But I still have 2.
Yeah.
The first one being the beginning to Back to the Future Part 3. Because Back to the Future Part 3 begins with the high energy, with showing you the high energy scene that the second one cliffhangered with. And you just jump right into it, and it's like this, like the energy, the music, the peril, the stuff that we have to overcome. It just starts with it. Mm-hmm. And it's jarring, but it's good.
Cool.
And the other one, honestly, Sound of Music.
Oh,
going over the Austrian hills,
good
and
call.
Then Maria is twirling around and singing "The Hills Are Alive."
I hear you.
yeah, man, it's just like, whether it's your first time watching or especially if you're rewatching The Sound of Music, it does such a great job of like getting you in, of like conditioning you for what you're about to experience.
Sure. No.
So
that's a good,
yeah,
that's
I think Sound of Music probably beats out the Back to the Future one even.
That's fair. That's fair. Next question. If you got to hang out with an actor for a weekend, who would it be?
Can it be can we say dead actor? Can it be someone who's not around anymore?
Yep.
Okay.
I have
do you
my
have an
answer. I do.
Is your answer Leo?
No, my second part of my answer was literally quote unquote, but maybe Leonardo DiCaprio or Tobey Maguire. so those are the second and third choices.
Oh, okay.
My first choice, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, maybe not my favorite actor, but I feel like someone I'd love to spend a weekend with, just grabbing a coffee, hitting up a farmer's market with, just shooting the breeze. I think Paul Rudd is just a chill, cool guy who, like...
He's amazing.
I don't think I'd feel intimidated by him. Like, I think he's the type of person that just makes you feel welcome and is, like, just genuinely interested to hang out. That's my perception of him, and it's Paul Rudd.
Okay.
Yeah. Who? What say you?
This is a double-edged sword of an answer for me. Because I think spending a weekend. So mine is an actor who has passed.
Yeah.
And I think that spending a weekend with him may lead me to hospital bills while I recover from a hernia.
Huh.
But I would spend 2 full days just arm in arm with Robin Williams.
Oh.
Because you would you would never live 2 other days in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like those 2 days would be filled with more hard to breathe laughter.
Yeah.
Than the rest of your life combined.
Yep.
So Robin Williams.
Very good answer.
And he's just he was such a pure soul.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good answer. What's your favorite? I'm going to combine them to give us 2. It might be the same film, but give us 2 answers potentially. What's your favorite superhero film of all time and your favorite MCU film of all time? So for me, my favorite MCU film is Thor: The Dark World.
You slime bucket.
No, just kidding. Thor Ragnarok is my favorite MCU film. My favorite superhero film is definitely deep in the nostalgia pile. It's like it's a big pile, but it's at top of the heap for sure. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire.
Oh yeah, I was watching scenes from that today.
Mm-hmm. So good.
And just how much the hospital scene with Doc Ock. Mm-hmm. You can tell that it's Sam Raimi directing because it's totally a horror scene.
Yeah, right. What are your thoughts? What are your go-tos?
My favorite MCU movie is a toss-up between Thor Ragnarok and probably everyone's least favorite Iron Man movie, Iron Man 3.
Okay.
Just because it's to me it's such a deep story because it's really an emotional story about how Tony's dealing with the fallout from the first Avengers movie.
Sure. Yep.
And Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of like panic attacks and anxiety, and it feels very grounded and very real to me.
Yeah.
He's dealing with a lot of internal demons and stuff, and yeah. So I really like that one. Thor Ragnarok, I mean, is nothing but hilarious.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Directed by Taika Waititi and possibly only dethroned when his next one, Thor: Love and Thunder, comes out. We'll see. My favorite superhero movie is, I get it, he's not a superhero, he's just a hero, he's just a dude with a lot of money. I get it. Back off. Grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Screw you, Peter Jackson. Batman Returns.
Oh, okay.
1992. Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, Danny DeVito, Christopher Walken, Michael Gow. Yeah, just
Cool.
phenomenal.
Cool.
Batman Returns.
Next question. Favorite directors. And,
Directors?
directors. I've got two categories. I've got like iconic names and maybe the less iconic names.
Okay.
So for me, I absolutely love Steven Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese. My less iconic names that I enjoy, Damien Chazelle, Bennett Miller, Adam McKay. Really enjoy some of their works for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim Burton,
Yeah, for sure.
Taika Waititi,
Good call.
James Cameron, just because of Terminator 2 and Titanic.
Sure.
And finally, I mean, oh man, J.J. Abrams is pretty great, but like, I feel like you have to say George Lucas, just because of what he did, because of what he gave us.
Fair. I'm
Right.
not, but I definitely
Steven
see
Spielberg.
the merit.
And Spielberg. Like, how you can't have this list and not say Spielberg.
Yes. Big time.
So.
Big time. This actually leads well into the next question. The question is, quote unquote, why is J.J. Abrams overrated as a director?
I think because he's only directed because first and foremost he's not really a director. Like he's only directed he's got something like 13 directing credits or something. But he's got like 100 writing credits and a lot of producing credits.
Right.
But he's like his company Bad Robot. That's his gig.
Yep.
Right? What has he directed? He's directed the pilot episode of Lost.
Literally the pilot.
He directed, literally just the pilot. Right?
Yep.
People would ask him, like, "Oh, what's going to happen at the end?" He's like, "I literally have nothing to do with the show. I do not know."
Right. I've got the filmography in front of me. So just
Super
directing MI3, so Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Super
Star
8.
Trek Into Darkness.
Yep, Star Trek Into Darkness. Then Star Wars Force Awakens. And then Rise of Skywalker. That's it.
So like, was that 6?
6. 6.
Right? So I mean, so that's why. Is because he's overrated because he hasn't directed a lot, but what he has directed, a lot of what he's directed, the 2 Star Treks and the 2 Star Wars, they're big ticket movies.
Big. There's a lot.
A lot of weight was
films.
put on his shoulders.
A lot. Yep.
And so as a director, that's why. As a writer and producer, I think he's phenomenal.
Sure.
And
which are the majority of his credits? Like I'm looking here, like 2 to 3 times as many producing roles and maybe a little bit more, but definitely more writing roles.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. Moving right along. This one I've got actually a couple fun ideas, but I'm curious about you as well. Which actors, and I'm summarizing the question, but this is the gist of the question. What actors would you work through their entire careers and relate and review their films? So we're obviously working through all the 26, soon to be 27 James Bond films, finding out which is the best or the most quintessential one. Which actor would we just pick one actor and go through their career and watch like either all or all their substantial films to kind of just go through an actor's career? And which one could we agree on together?
Okay. To me, I think this answer is really easy.
Okay, Okay. I've got a few that are kind of like, yeah, interesting. So can I crack open with mine?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So there's a few that are just more like little kind of like, maybe. I don't think that'd actually be something we'd settle on or think that maybe they had merit, but I'd be open to the idea. So Robert Downey Jr., I'd be interested to look at the arc that he's kind of gone through with the roles he's done.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I'd get a kick out of Tom Cruise.
Ugh.
Obviously,
Just 'cause you like to watch the world burn.
You know this one's on here. Leonardo DiCaprio for sure. It had to be for me. These next two are I think you could be convinced of, and I think there's some merit to it. One is Joaquin Phoenix.
Interesting.
I'd be interested to go through that. The other is, and again, I've seen a lot, but I'd be interested to go through them chronologically and hit on the ones I haven't seen. Johnny Depp.
Okay.
But the one that I think this is the home run right here. That like if we ever did this might be what we have to do.
Both agree on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also what we're called to do is global citizens. I think this is what we'd have to do. So,
as want-to-be film pundits.
So hear me out on this. I think Nicolas Cage. I think similar to the James Bond rating scale, we'd have to come up with some rating scale, go through all his movies, all 372 of them, and we would grade his movies, and based off what we graded them, we'd either put them in one of two categories, and either it was good or it was bad. And what, like James Bond, us trying to find the quintessential James Bond film, essentially we're trying to answer two questions. What's the quintessential bad Nicolas Cage film? And what's the quintessential good Nicolas Cage film? Because there are times when he's good.
The quintessential good Nicolas Cage film is National Treasure.
We don't know that.
Let's not.
We don't know that. It might be, but we don't know that.
Okay.
And so we got to answer the question, because when he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he's bad. So I think there's some fun to have with that. What I'm curious what names you kind of came up with.
Nick Cage is not one that I thought of, but man, like,
yeah,
you know, if we're in this show for the long haul, it's not an idea that I think is a stupid idea.
Right.
Johnny Depp crossed my mind just because I really enjoy Johnny Depp.
For sure.
My answer is going to surprise you, I think.
Okay.
I think in the spirit of the question, if we had to pick one, could we pick one? Could we agree on one? And if we could agree on one, who would it be? I think the logical answer, as far as films and what listeners would want to hear, although not one of my favorites, I do think Leo is the obvious answer.
Yes!
I think if you're going to work through, would I enjoy them all? Probably not. Is he someone who I want to necessarily work through their filmography? No.
It's coming. You heard it here first, folks. Next week we start our road on Leo.
But if we had to pick one and agree on one, I think I can concede that the business-wise answer is Leo DiCaprio.
Let the heavy breathing commence on my end.
That's weird. I'll edit that out.
No, I'm going to say it again. That's cool. Fair enough. I get where you're coming from with that answer.
And that's the answer that when I read that question weeks ago.
Yep.
That immediately popped into my. There wasn't like decide. No, I I read the question and I went, oh, easy, totally. It's totally Leonardo DiCaprio.
Cool.
Because Pete will really want to, and I can agree that it makes sense.
Yeah. That's cool. One I missed, and it just falls into the same category. For some reason, it didn't highlight, and that's why I skipped over it. Tom Hanks. I think there'd be some fun there. Again, to see the arc that he's kind of gone through. Because you kind of start with some silly movies, romantic comedies, and comedies, like Turner and Hooch and Splash. But then you'd get more into the kind of like the Oscar bait stuff and more of the stuff where he really kind of gets to flex his growing abilities and his talents. And I think that would be a fun thing to go through,
Another
cast.
actor that we could do that would be deserving of and would merit their own scoring system would be Jim Carrey.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Just because it feels like a genre of its own, a Jim Carrey comedy.
Right.
Right. And I feel like you could easily devise a scoring system, a ranking system for Jim Carrey comedies.
Yeah, that's fair. If you could be in a movie, which movie would you be in?
Oh, man.
This is a question that I feel like I have an answer in mind, and I feel like there's 10 different directions I could go. Maybe you're the same, that, I might regret saying it, and I might think about, but these other films. So this is just the one that came to mind, and there's some reasons for it. And I'd say if I could be in a movie, I'd be in Catch Me If You Can for a couple of reasons. One, it's in my top 10 films. I love it. It would be fun to be in a film that's in a period piece, so it'd be kind of fun to kind of pretend to be in the 1960s in character, and it would just be kind of, I think, a fun and unique experience. But also, I can't think of who I would want to be, but I would want to be a character to overlap with all these actors that I could work with. So I could work with Leonardo DiCaprio, I could work with Tom Hanks, I could work with Christopher Walken, all while being directed by Steven Spielberg. As far as what I want to get out of this experience, that checks off so many boxes that I feel like just the textbook answer for me personally would be that film. Whether there's other films that I might think about later, I think there will be, but that's my answer, and that's why.
I mean, when I ask myself this question, the first thing that pops into my head is something like, to have been in Star Wars. But I mean, I think Star Wars is the answer that I want from a bragging rights perspective.
Right.
From I was in Star Wars. But I don't think filming Star Wars is the experience that I want.
Right. Yeah.
It's all action. It's all green screen. I think I'd be far more interested in something you could lose yourself in as a character. So something dialogue heavy, not something super actiony, something dialogue heavy.
Yep.
Something that, you knew it was going to be a long shooting process. Just so you could, really friggin' milk this thing for what it's worth. And I think, honestly, this will sound like a cliche answer, but I think something Tim Burton-y.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I think it'd be really fun to, much like Johnny Depp is able to do, I think it'd be fun to be lost in makeup and to really just be able to embody a completely different, to look in the mirror and not feel like yourself anymore. And be able to completely lose yourself to a character.
Right.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
So I don't have like a specific, because as much as I love Edward Scissorhands, I don't think there's a role in Edward Scissorhands that I would want per se. Maybe Beetlejuice. Maybe something in Beetlejuice. Yeah.
I'm going to expand on my answer because there were two questions that were very similar to this, so that I kind of had an answer for one and both, but I'm just going to tie them into this question because they're very similar. The second and third choice, and again, they're all kind of equal, but the other choices I would have maybe gone with were, again, beating a dead horse here, but Sound of Music and Lord of the Rings. For the same reason that you said.
Ooh, Sound of Music. Ooh, Lord of the Rings. Oh, hands down.
So, and for the reason that you said about Star Wars, because Sound of the Music and Lord of the Rings, they're films that I could be involved in, that I cherish them as films, but I don't think they'd be ruined for me, because if you're in Star Wars, I feel like it would just be ruined for me, because it would be like, oh, I'm not in the battle of, insert whatever prequel movie that you're in, where it's mostly CGI green screens. Lord of the Rings, and obviously Sound of Music, but just even Lord of the Rings, heavily on the real sets, landscapes, extras, some CGI, but, it wouldn't ruin
23-hour filming days.
Yeah, like it wouldn't burst the balloon for me as far as like this. At least I don't think would ruin the experience for me, because it's so immersed in the real environment. For sure, Sound of Music I think would not kind of dampen the experience for me. So those two were heavy alternatives that I was thinking of would be an experience to be in for sure.
Lord of the Rings would be a great answer. Is a great answer.
And Sound of Music too. Like that's. Oh, yeah. Where to go next? Okay. If you could go back and unwatch a film, what would it be?
You go first.
Okay. I know where you're going to go. So I've got two. I've got the category of bad. Just I want to unwatch it because it was a horrible experience. Burnt images in my retinas that shouldn't be there. So the bad ones... is it 2020 or 2019? Cats, awful. Thunderball, maybe even like the 1967 Casino Royale. There were some clunkers there. Some films that, and this is the harder category to pinpoint. Films that I want to unwatch so I can watch them again for the first time. Again, I'm going to kick myself. I'll probably think of like 4 more films when we're done recording this. But what came to mind when I glanced at this, Lord of the Rings would be a fun experience to go through again blind. It just would.
Sure.
Book of Eli I think would be a fun film to go through again blind. And a personal favorite for me, I think Shutter Island, I would just personally enjoy that experience again blind.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because that's Shutter Island, much like Book of Eli, but especially Shutter Island, you get so much more... Like, that's a hell of an experience the first time you watch it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I have two... Well, okay, so what movie's bad, and so I just wish I hadn't watched it? Honestly, like, it sounds like I'm just going for laughs now. And I'm not. The only film that has genuinely ever felt like a gigantic waste of my time, has felt like time, like something that I did not in any way cinematically benefit from, is Lost in Translation. I just wish I could erase it, not only from my memory, but from existence. So that no one else ever had to go through it.
Can I just ask, on the litmus scale, compared to Cats, which would you rather rewatch?
So if Lost in Translation is a 0, then Cats is like a 1.5.
Oh my Lord. Oh man.
Because Cats was entertaining.
No, it wasn't.
Cats had music. It had bright images. It was bad.
Do not.
But it was visually, something was going on. It was stimulating. Cats was stimulating.
Just the same way food poisoning is stimulating.
Sure. Yeah. I guess. With Cats, I felt like I was vomiting and had diarrhea at the same time. With Lost in Translation, I just felt like I was dead. I felt like I was in a pine friggin' box pushing daisies. What movie do I wish I could unsee so that I could re-see for the first time? There's 2.
Okay.
One again is the Back to the Future franchise.
Yep.
Because I just love Back to the Future so much. It's so good. I wish I could re-experience that again.
Mm-hmm.
2 would be, I think there would be something genuinely magical about sitting in a theater and genuinely, truly having no clue that Vader was Luke's father.
Oh, true.
To be able to actually experience that twist.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good one.
That would have been, that's something I could never have. And most people, because of pop culture, even if you've never seen Star Wars, you likely can't have that surprise.
Right.
which is a shame because what
It
a
is.
great surprise.
Yeah.
So I think that's, that one would involve time travel because I would also have to be in the theater in 1979 or whatever it was, 1980.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Next one, hard taco shells or soft?
Oh man, I mean soft is a hell of a lot cleaner. It's a lot less messy, easier to eat. But hard is such a nice gratifying texture. You get a great crunch. So I don't know, man. I want like some sort of hybrid, some sort of bastard hybrid of the two. Like a hard but wrapped in a soft so that it's contained. Both.
Right. Oh yeah.
Both.
That's cool. Yeah, I definitely go soft all the way, but I just actually ate a taco today that like was a soft taco, but it had like tortilla chips in it, so it was kind of had like the best of both.
Yeah, you need that. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you need the crunch.
You do. It is gratifying. Boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Okay.
Right. So I like
I don't
it
need
to
to know what
come
you
down.
like. No.
I like it to come down my thigh a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like
Yeah.
so I like the length of the boxers.
Yep.
But I like the sexy tightness of the
Tell me about it.
the briefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is a good one.
No, hang on. You didn't answer that.
Oh, sorry. I just meant
Tell us about your underwear.
I meant in agreement boxer briefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's second only to no underwear.
Oh, for sure. Well, actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
I draw the line. I think underwear is a good call.
Oh, well, you can be wrong.
This is an interesting one. A little off topic, but hey, it's on topic if we make it. What is your Hogwarts house?
I mean, any of the times I've taken the online test, I always get Gryffindor.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I feel like is the most admirable answer.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this today. This is one I did put thought into.
Mm-hmm.
If you've only seen the movies, then you really only have a preference towards Gryffindor or Slytherin.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh,
if you've only seen the movies, you really don't know anything about Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff.
No, you don't.
And so out of the two that you could hope to get and actually know something about, again, as someone who hasn't deep dived through the books and it was the Pottermore website where there's all this like additional literature.
Yep.
If you're not a hardcore Potterhead, then yeah, you can only hope to get Slytherin or Gryffindor. And if you hope to get Slytherin, you're just a piece of shit. Like you're just a scummy, awful person if you hope to be in Slytherin.
Right.
So anytime I've done it, I get Gryffindor,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm content with that.
Yeah. So the question came up, and my wife asked me, "Hey, what are you going to answer that?" And I said, "I don't know." And she's like, "Well, what have you gotten when you've taken the quiz?" And I'm like, "I've never taken the quiz." And so, she fainted.
She made you.
When no, I said I'm not doing that, and she said, "Fine, Hufflety Pufflety it is for you." And I said, "Whatever,
Ooh.
sure, yeah."
So Hufflepuff is an insult.
Well, that's the way she made it. Yeah, we were on a long drive today, so then she just finally pulled out her phone. She said, "We're doing this quiz now." I did come
so
out.
She just asked you the questions.
She did ask me the questions, and then she I came out Gryffindor. Surprise, surprise. But it was only it was 2 percentage points over Ravenclaw. So I'm some combo between those two.
Which again, what does that even mean? And did you when you answered the questions, did you find yourself thinking maybe even subconsciously, well, that's what Harry would like?
Yeah, you're like, okay, this
is what the hero would do.
Yeah, this question's gauged towards that one. This answer's pushed towards that one. Yeah, I could see a trend for sure. This is a good question. And I think we'll come up with more as time goes on, but we can only answer how we can answer. If you could have up to 5, it can be less. If you can have up to 5 characters from any films, and they can be from multiple different series, over for dinner,
Characters.
who would they be and why?
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, all of my favorite characters are are really chaotic, and I wouldn't want them over for dinner. Like, I love Edward Scissorhands, but I wouldn't want Edward Scissorhands over for dinner.
Right.
I love Beetlejuice, but as we'll find out in a week, because you haven't seen Beetlejuice,
No.
I wouldn't. Would not want him over in my house or anywhere near my house.
Right.
I think Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Maybe Yoda. Probably Yoda.
Okay.
Gosh, this does err more on the chaotic side, but maybe Ace Ventura. I mean, no, see, and I wouldn't want Batman over, because Batman's a dick.
Yeah.
Superman, Clark Kent.
Hmm.
I feel like is a good answer.
Okay. Yeah.
And one more. Is this TV show or movie or just?
If
movies?
you want to open to a TV show, open it, because I want to. I'll put in a TV character. Yeah.
Well, I mean, TV. There's like I've got a whole list. Then
You can only put one more person.
I'm just gonna stick with movies, because
Sure.
otherwise there's too many options.
Sure.
Dumbledore.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Easily Dumbledore. And you know what? I would swap out Ace Ventura for Samwise.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my list. I've
Cool.
got Samwise, Doc Brown, Yoda, Dumbledore. Did I say that already?
Yes. No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever my list was,
Yeah.
that's who I picked.
Cool. My list so far. So I think I would go the Leonardo and DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire renditions of Jay Gatsby and Nick Carraway. I think I'd invite them over for dinner. I would have.
Oh, this is a dinner party.
Yep. Included in this party, I'm calling up Julie Andrews, Maria Von Trapp. That's
Oh, interesting. Over Mary Poppins.
yes, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, okay.
So that's 3. It's tough to know where to go. I guess I think this one seems a bit. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to invite Michael Caine as an Alfred over in this dinner
Okay.
party. And
Caine.
yeah, the final spot, if I can open it up to TV shows, I'd say Kelsey Grammer is Frasier. If not, I would reverse engineer it and not have a specific character in mind, but pick a character as portrayed by Tom Hanks. So either Tom Hanks from Castaway or maybe even from Sleepless in Seattle. But the 5th one is kind of a rotating chair. I'm not sure who would get the 5th spot. This goes without saying, I'm not including anyone from Lord of the Rings, because that would be a whole dinner party on its own. It would be tough to pick 5 from Lord of the Rings for me.
Right, Lady Galadriel.
Oh, too many. Like, I would need 15.
Yeah.
So.
Tom Bombadil.
Yeah.
Even though he got snubbed.
From the dinner party and the film.
And the movies.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that wraps it up. I've got one more that I think I will end it up on.
Okay.
I'm just doing a quick glance because I think we've hit on most of them. Actually, no, I definitely want to hit on this one before I wrap it up. What's one film that you think everyone should be required to watch at some point in their life?
I mean, Titanic.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be Titanic. It's just
Yeah.
such a masterpiece. It gives you such insight into a real life event. And it's got Leo
Yeah.
and Kate Winslet,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And Billy Zane. How do you know?
Yeah. It's interesting. That's one of those films that, like, we had a debate about it. To a degree, you're telling me what, that your answer to this question. And my initial response is always like, really? Like, I don't think so. And I still, like, it's not my answer, obviously, so that's not changing. But, it is such a monumental film. And every time I kind of try and diminish it and kind of think of, okay, these are better answers, I'm like, yeah, I think there's still better answers in my mind, but that film still holds its own. Like, it has legs to stand on, and it's so good. Yeah. And there's just, on occasion, not to the same degree as you, but there are times where I'll just be scrolling in social media and, like, there'll just be something related to that film, and I'll be like, that's so interesting. Or I'll remember, like, that is something that was so well done about the film that I think you just take for granted. And it's, yeah.
And there's not many other marathon length movies like that you can finish, and within 2 days you're thinking, I could watch it again.
There's times I've watched it. And because I feel like there's two tones to the film. Like, there's the first half that's a completely different tone. The second half that's obviously opposite in every possible way.
Much darker.
Yeah. And there are times I finish the film and, like, I will rewatch segments of the beginning again. Like, same viewing. Viewing. And yeah,
I've watched it and then rewatched it immediately with the commentary on. That took a day. That was a lengthy endeavor.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know where to go for this answer. There's so many ways I'm getting pulled. I feel like there's, like, the historical context. Like, maybe you go for films that maybe aren't as good, with all things being considered, but are the forerunners or the forefathers. So, like, maybe Citizen Kane or Vertigo, but maybe more modern day examples. Like, I think you have to see Lord of the Rings. I think you do.
And I think, again, you could say Sound of Music.
Again, you could say Sound of Music. Yeah.
Right.
I'm kind of sound like a dead horse with all these questions, but there's a reason those two films keep coming up. There's a reason.
No, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. So what I want to end up with, and maybe it's not as elaborate, but it's been asked. We've elaborated a lot on my grading scale, so I have one that I came up with. It's kind of convoluted and complex, and then another that's less convoluted, less complex, but it's more grounded, and it's Marshall's rating scale. So I've got two. We've talked about where those came from, but the question is, where does Brady's rating scale, like, what does it look like, or what consists of your rating scale?
My rating scale is very, it's very devil may care. It's honestly, it's, and maybe as a result, it's not the most accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But if I watch a movie and I hate it, then it scores low. And if I watch a movie and I can't stop thinking about it, then it scores high. And
right.
And it's really, I really just go with my gut. I don't give myself time to dwell on it. I always score it immediately after watching the film, so it's fresh.
Yep.
And it's so really it's emotion based. It's an emotion and experience based scale. It's there's nothing analytical about it. There's nothing academic about it. It's just very, however I'm feeling when the movie ends, I gauge that. Very similar to, when the nurse in triage says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the pain?
Right. Yeah.
It's just based on instinct and feeling during the moment of impact.
Cool. That's fair.
So, there was one question. I don't know. I think I saw it somewhere.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think maybe we skipped over it.
Yeah.
The quintessential movie snack.
Oh.
And why?
Oh,
Do you have an answer?
yeah. To me, it's popcorn for sure.
Yeah.
A well-made batch
again,
of popcorn.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
100% popcorn. I think there's a reason why popcorn reigns supreme.
Yeah.
And for me, it's that, like, I love a complex snack as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
I love nachos. I love, fancy dips. I love, whatever. But nothing pisses me off more than distractions during a movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop talking. Don't move around. Don't do whatever. So people will be like, I'll be like, hey, are you coming? We're starting the movie. They're like, no, it's okay. Start it without me. I'll be right there. No. And the reason why I'm not starting it without you is not because I care about you. It's because I don't want you coming in and interrupting the movie 5 minutes in.
Right.
And so that translates to snacks where, like, it's a complicated snack to eat. Or everyone has to, like, lean forward to the coffee table and grab another, grab some more of the nachos. Right? Popcorn is just like a uniform. You can eat it without paying any attention to what you're doing.
Sure.
It's cheap, super cheap.
Yeah.
And like, and it's something that's easily shareable, but also, like, if you're watching a movie, if you're doing nachos, you got one big platter of nachos and everyone's leaning in and grabbing stuff and sneezing on the nachos and whatever. Chips are just loud and crunchy, right? So again, shut up. I'm trying to, I'm watching a movie here.
Yeah.
Good Lord. I can't hear what Bill Murray is saying to Scarlett Johansson. Like, can we please, this matters.
It does.
But like popcorn, if you're sitting and you're watching a movie with 5 or 6 people, you've got 2 or 3 bowls of popcorn.
Yep.
Sitting, like, it's contained. It's there. You're doing it yourself.
Simple.
And you can just mindlessly eat it. It doesn't distract you. You don't have to take your eyes off the screen to consume popcorn.
No.
So I think that's one of the reasons why popcorn reigns supreme as a movie snack. Because it's non-distracting.
It is.
That's why it gets it.
Actually,
Actually,
I've got one more question, and I know I'm looking at the time. We do need to wind it up.
Whatever. It's a 100th episode, man.
Let it fly. This is actually a question from me.
Ooh.
And the question is, what has been your favorite episode to record or to make? And I've got a specific. I think this is the direction I want to take this question because it's hard. A lot of these episodes blend in some ways, so it might be hard to answer. But I've got an answer in mind.
Okay.
My answer, and I don't think it's. Oh yeah.
Am I allowed to say this one?
Yeah.
Or is that a
no?
Or is that a cop out?
No. You can totally say this one.
Because I don't know if it's true, or if it's. I don't know if it's true or if I'm just saying it because... No, I've got a better answer.
Okay.
You give your answer.
Yeah. Well, where I'll go with this is there's a lot of ways I could have gone. So we've had a lot of fun on different films for different reasons. So there's a lot of competing options. We've had a lot of guests on the show, not as many as we would have liked to have. COVID's thrown a wrench in things, so we've kind of been limited, but we've had some fun guests, both people we've known, both people we've just recently met. There's a lot of options to choose from, but I think the one that comes to mind, and I don't think it's our best episode by far. It's one of the earlier ones. It might even be pretty raw. It might not even be that good. I haven't heard it since we released it. But I think the Walk the Line episode stands out to me.
The audio's bad.
The audio's bad. And the reason it stands out to me is I think more just the memory of it, because that was in our early days. We were pretty raw. I remember watching that film. It's a film that you hold very dear to you. So it was also the experience of us watching it and us reviewing it.
It's the one time you came to my place to
It
watch
was,
the movie.
because you were like, we have to watch it in this perfect setting of the sound system and the TV screen. Like, it has to be...
Yeah, I was like, I need a big sound system. I need the TV. I need you invested. And
Yes. Yeah. And you, like, usually I make a couple notes. You're like, laptop shut from now on. Not like
Yeah, I was like,
that's
the
it.
movie starts, your pen, everything, you just,
Down.
you need to give the screen everything
Yeah.
that it can get from you.
But so the reason I'm kind of picking this one, or at least talking about it, is it's kind of reflective in a way. So we were pretty raw back then, and who knew we would make it to 100 episodes, and who knew all that we would have done. And, you know, the podcast hasn't gone exactly the way we'd want to go. I mean, like everyone's life with COVID, we don't go to the theater anymore currently to review new films, which sucks. And we don't record in person anymore, which currently just because of COVID. So there's like certain things that haven't gone our way that everyone can relate to because of the current world situation. And it is what it is. But there was something fun about that episode where Joaquin Phoenix is early on in the film, he's singing in a studio with his band, and he's pretty raw. And there was just something about that scene that I felt resonated with us, that like I felt that's where we were at the time. We were pretty raw. We were still kind of getting used to our own capabilities, our own voice, and to a certain degree we're still finding our voice. But it's interesting that, you know, I felt like that's something that was relatable at the time, and it's been a fun adventure 94 or however many episodes since then, and it's been a fun ride. So I thank you for that, and it's interesting how far we've come, and I thank you, and I thank the audience for sticking with us and literally being the wind in our sails. So that's why that episode sticks out to me. Might not be the best episode, but there's some significance to why I said it.
And much like Walk the Line, soon we'll be drug addicts. So we're on
No.
we're on the trajectory that we need to be. Uppers and downers. No, that's a great answer, and it's probably actually really similar to mine. The answer I was going to give is also an early episode. It's actually an earlier episode than that.
Wow.
Okay. And I don't know what that means, man. That like the
Yeah.
last almost 100 episodes, we've been like just chasing that high. But like, I was gonna say, the ones that stick out to me are the ones where we would go to the theater and watch it, and then go back to your place and record right away.
Oh yeah.
Just because it was like all of the information was so raw. It was a film that neither of us had seen before. It was so fresh. We were hyped up from what we had just seen, and we were ready to talk about it. And I think for me, like there was a couple that we did. We did Lion King that way. We did Spider-Man Far From Home that way.
Frozen
we
2.
did Frozen 2. Well, we watched that separately.
True. Yep.
We did Joker that way.
Oh yeah.
But I think the one that stuck out for me was Toy Story 4.
That was like within the top 5. Like that was like very early.
It was very early, and it's a very long episode for being very early. It's like close to 2 hours, if not over 2 hours. And I notoriously hated the film. Hated it.
Yeah.
And just laid into it. Like was really not pleased with the film. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's that energy. It's there's something about having both shared the exact same experience for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And then sitting across from each other and not just hearing the things that you enjoyed about the film from your mouth, but seeing that excitement in your eyes, seeing that, you know, that your mouth is just struggling to harness the excitement and turn it into words because, oh my gosh, that scene was amazing. And J.K. Simmons showed up at the end as J. Jonah. Holy shit. Like, you know, all of this stuff. Or to see the actual discomfort in your face after watching Joker.
I was just going to say.
just being like, oh, this scene was amazing. And you're like,
and
I don't know
I'm like
if I can
shivering
be
in the
a
corner.
podcast with you.
Like
Yeah.
I've got a blanket around my shoulders just shivering.
Yeah. So, the in-person stuff. And I can't wait to return to that format in some form or another.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. There's just one. If that's all the questions, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
and before we say thank you 5 more times to the person who's listening to this in their headphones as we speak. Yeah, I just wanted to give a little, this is funny, and we were talking about this on the phone the other day.
Mhm.
Like, Pete and I, we talked about how we met, and like, we still didn't, like, I would say, when we started the podcast, if we could consider each other friends versus acquaintances, we were friends that were like we were friends, but the meter had the potential to tip to acquaintance. Like,
Yeah.
we really didn't know each other. We never hung out one-on-one. I had never just come over to your place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just, and I don't know what possessed you to be like, hey, yeah, because I just made a Facebook post. I was like, hey, let's do a podcast. And you're like, yeah, totally, let's do it. And I'm like, I don't know you, but okay, yeah, that sounds great. And so then, and everything moved pretty quick. Within a month of that post, we were ready to go.
Yeah.
And I just came over a couple of times to your place, and we started sourcing out, from a microphone perspective, like, what does this show look like? How is it going to sound?
Yep.
What do we want to spend, and what is our audio standards, right? What will we not settle for less on?
Right.
And I think I was maybe more particular than you were. I was like, no, this needs to sound a very certain way if we're going to do it.
Oh, for sure.
And so we ordered microphones, and then we were like antsy just to start recording, but was like, no, we will not record until the right gear comes. And then even then it was like, we struggled for the first couple episodes. We didn't have headphones. We were sharing one microphone. Then we got 2 microphones, and we went through like a couple of different forms of software.
Growing pains.
But there's 2 morals to the story. Moral of the story number 1, we weren't friends that started a podcast. We were people who started a podcast and as a result have become friends. Which is a super weird story. But like, it's literally
weird.
I was saying it's like some big company was starting a podcast and hired 2 people separately to come co-host it. And that's how we met, was in the boardroom of this, because literally the first time we hung out was, okay, well, what do we call this? And what does the logo look like? And what microphones are we going to use? And really funnily, how often are we going to, like, what can we commit to as far as episodes? And once a week, which is what we do consistently. With Bond, it's been usually pretty much twice a week, but once a week is what we've kind of consistently done. That was never an option. Once a week was not in the cards. It was like, there's no way, we have lives. We can't do this. Once a month got tossed around a lot, which is crazy because we'd only be at like our 16th episode right now if we had done that.
Less if we took like a week off or a month off.
Yeah, twice a month seemed like the most likely. It seemed like, probably once every 2 weeks, probably, but we could also fall back on once a month if need be. We were pretty much, but the plan was, for the first month, whatever, it was June. It was the end of May when we did the first one. It was like, you know what? Our June is both of our Junes are pretty empty. So it was like, yeah, I can commit to doing 4 in June. I can commit to doing 1 a week in June. And that'll be a good launching point for us. We'll get a bunch of content out there, and then we'll resort to our our actual upload schedule. And so we did one a week for a month, and then we just didn't stop. Like, we just never looked back. We kind of, there was a couple of conversations where we were like, at the like 1.5 month, sort of 2 month point, we're like, okay, like, this seems to be okay. Like, I'm good to keep doing this like this if you're good to keep doing this. And I can't picture, like, if we were to switch now and do every 2 weeks, I just can't, there's been weeks where we go 2 weeks without recording.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we get back and we're recording an episode, like, maybe we'll do a couple in advance. We'll like bank 1 or 2 of them so that we can still release every week, but we're not actually, recording every week.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we get back in the chair to record, I'm so antsy to record.
Right.
I'm like, man, I want a podcast. Like, I want to just talk. I want to get in front of a microphone and just talk about movies with Pete.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just so funny that, like, we're celebrating 100. And there was a very real possibility that right now we'd be celebrating like 15.
Which is crazy, but it's interesting.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. We've done more than that we've done mini series that are longer than that.
Yes. Yes, very much so.
No, it's been a hell of a ride.
Mm-hmm.
To those of you who are listening to this and go, "Oh, this sounds an awful lot like a farewell tour." Pete and I are mid semi-expensive upgrade for the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's a conversation that we've had. We've talked about how to adjust things so that the show's still possible for both of us. One of those being that, we're currently not recommending films to each other just because it was,
mm-hmm.
with 007 and stuff, it was becoming a lot to watch.
Yeah.
But have no fear. We've reached 100, and with the upgrades that we're looking at doing, we've already decided on, we just need to pull the trigger and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel safe in guaranteeing that we're at least only halfway there. That I can't see us not hitting 200 because we're not talking about, the conversations we're having are not how do we phase out of this. It was, okay, what's the next step look like? How do we grow it from here?
Yep. How do we make it sustainable? How do we improve it? And those are the kind of conversations that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And one of those is having guests on the show.
Right.
That's part of what the future looks like. And Tim Chismar asked on Twitter. He wants to know when he can come on the show. Mm-hmm. Tim, you can come on the show very soon. Yes. Message us on Twitter. When you hear this, message us on Twitter again, and we will set a date. Yes. Absolutely. Tim is another filmmaker. Yeah. That, is going to come be on the show. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I've got nothing else to say.
I think that's it. So
I think that's it. Next week is Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm. Probably 99%.
Tomorrow and Tomorrow Never Dies.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't. That's what's next, right? Tomorrow Never Dies. Yeah.
Well, yep. Absolutely.
That's the next Bond film. Good, because that's what I watched. So I hope that was. I hope that was right.
I should have just said Casino Royale is next.
Yeah, I should have been like, no, the world is not enough. Damn it. Damn it, Dale. All right. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for listening. If this is the first episode you've listened to, that's weird. This is a really weird first episode to listen to. Mm-hmm. And if so, our gratitude is not for you. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're grateful that you listened to this episode, but I mean, our overwhelming, hey, I can't believe you brought me all these gifts to my birthday. That gratitude is not for you. It's to everyone else. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Please continue to engage with us on Facebook. Engage with us more. Send us Facebook messages. Comment on episodes. It really does. The way the algorithms are set up, if you like or comment, especially share, but even just liking or commenting on Facebook, leaving us a review. Like if you're listening to the show on Spotify, leave a review. If you're listening to it on iTunes, leave a review. All of that stuff, even just liking and commenting, the way the algorithms are set up really helps get the show out there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So engage with us. Continue to vote. We have so much fun watching you guys vote.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's fun.
And yeah, that's an aspect of the show that we've never discussed changing.
Never.
Just because it's a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you know the drill. All of our social media stuff is down below. Check it out. Grab some merch. Hey man, it's 2020. Go buy yourself a Movie Men face mask.
Yeah.
Because that's super classy. And yeah, just keep doing you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I, keep being you.
Mm-hmm.
You do you.
You do you.
You do you.
You do you.
I will.
Okay.
What? Me,
Okay.
me do me.
You do you.